Welcome to Envisioned Broadcasting, the station designed to encourage, equip, and empower you for growth and success. Presents Women Emerge with Melissa Lambert, a show that shines a light on spiritual growth, health, purpose, and financial education. It's time to emerge and begin to live out your dreams, walk into your destiny, while making a difference in the lives of many.
Welcome to Women Emerge with Melissa Lambert. I am your host, and it's always an honor and a privilege to come before you another Thursday. Happy Thursday, y'all. Today is going to be a very impactful Thursday because we're going to talk about something really deep. So I want you to stay with me now. Stay with me. And I'm asking everybody to send this podcast. If you're listening to it live on Friday, it will upload to my YouTube channel, to all the 13 top podcasts, which includes YouTube. Women Emerge with Melissa Lambert. Melissa spelled Mellisa. Or you can go to Women Emerge Network on YouTube and kind of listen to this. This topic today is really important. I don't even really have a title even for it. I just want to have a conversation about us protecting our families when they're alive. When you are alive and you're protecting your family, you're providing for your family, you're taking care of your family, and you're all family, my family, but you don't even think about your transition. What's going to happen when you're not there? So I want to have that conversation in depth with us tonight. So grab a pen, grab a paper, and let's have this conversation. As you guys know, this show is being sponsored by Women Emerge with Melissa Lambert, powered by Core Financial Partners. We aim to teach the truth about money, engaging individuals and their families to think about planning for their legacy, planning for today, as well as planning for tomorrow. Our focus area is really to educate, to inspire, to empower, to give you information so your family can have fun, so your family can enjoy a future, a legacy that can live on from generation to generation. This show will introduce you to leaders, experts, and motivators who share their journeys and their stories through personal and professional growth, knowledgeable tips, and lessons learned that will empower you to grow. It is time, y'all. It is time to grow your mind, your spirit, your brand, your business, and truly your finance. Today is really kind of deep, The reason why I actually decided to do this, I was thinking about just families in general. I hear fathers and mothers talk about, like me. I always say I work to see that Chelsea has a brighter future. I want to make sure she's not living paycheck to paycheck. She's in that survival mode. I want to see a better future for her. I will say that all the time as a mom. And moms, you say that. Dads, you say, I'm protecting my family. My family come first. And you say all these things. And we do all these things while we are alive, but we don't even think about again, death is promised to all of us. I'm going to say that again. Death is promised to every last one of us. I don't care how much money you have. You can buy your way out of death. You can buy your way out of this breath coming out of your body. The same God that breathed the breath of life into you every single day is the same God that would take that breath away. So we have to understand it is something that will happen. When planning for your family's future, it is not enough to only focus on their well-being while you're alive, because that's what we do. We focus on just how things are happening. The rent is being paid. We're going on vacation. We're creating memories. We're saving in our traditional account, right? We're thinking about all that while we're alive. But I want you to think about this, y'all. You must also prepare for what's that day, that glorious day when you get to say, you know what? Well, you don't get to say. It's just like your family say, you know what? He's live a good life. She's live a good life. Oh my gosh, I'm going to miss her. But that day will come when death knocks at your door. We need to prepare for that. Are you prepared for that? I'm not scaring you, and that's a crazy thing, right? I'm going to speak about my race, the African American community. We get so scared or spooked out about death, but we the first to be like, I'm going to do a GoFundMe or let's pass the plate because we can't afford to bury him or bury her. Let's do a cremation because that's all we can afford. But if you planned for it, you can afford to send your loved one off with a great funeral. Many of us work hard to protect and provide for our loved ones. We do. We work one job, two jobs, sometimes three jobs. We work business on top of business on top of business to provide for our loved ones. Yet, few pause and consider how are our absence, how will that affect my family's financial stability? We don't pause and think, if I'm not here, what would happen to my wife? If I'm not here on this earth, what would happen to my son, my daughter, my sons, my daughters? We don't think about that. We don't even ask the question, how will my kids' education be paid for? We don't even ask the question, how is this mortgage on this house going to be paid for? Especially if she or he was the only breadwinner and I am the only one that, I'm basically stabilizing the house as a wife, whatever. Or as a single mom, I'm the only one they had. Am I thinking about what assets will I leave them? Will I leave them silver, some gold, some properties that are paid for? Do I have in life insurance policies that I can make sure they can have and live on? We're not asking those kinds of questions. Who will even cover my final expenses? Who will cover my burial? These are some essential questions that we need to think about. We need to know. We need to have those conversations because guess what? Death will knock at all our doors. This is a very serious talk, and it hurts me. It hurts my heart that when I talk about the concept of infinite banking, and then we lead to the end of how we do it is through a actual specialized design whole life insurance policy. People like, well, I already got that. I already got insurance, or I'm not even fond about that. I'm good. Excuse me? What you got is not a specialized design whole life insurance policy that allows you to utilize a structure called infinite banking concept, a solution that can help you, create your own banking system. You don't got that. And if you do, I'm so proud of you, right? So we're going to have a conversation and how the infinite banking concept, we call it IBC, offers a unique solution by turning a specially designed whole life insurance policy into your personal banking system. Why can we not be the bank? Why can we not do what the bank are doing and not only what they're saying? Why can we not do that? I believe that with IBC, Infinite Banking Concept, you can build a cash value over time. You can build that. I mean, I remember seeing yesterday, Tony kind of was going over an 8-year-old child who parents decided to put away $300 a month at 8. When you go all the way down, I'm just going to go all the way down to 70. I think it was 70 years old. That child already had $2 million. $2 million in their cash value account. Not even talking about the death insurance on that child. So from the age of 8 all the way up to their retirement age, they have over they're millionaires in this policy. That's what we will create and put together so you cannot think about just today, but you also remember there is a tomorrow. So you are tuned into Woman Emerge with Melissa Lambert, and it's always an honor and a privilege to serve you on purpose and to come and bring some information to you that you can awaken your brain and waken up yourself to kind of say, you know what, it's time to think outside the box because we've been boxed in, y'all. We've been indoctrinated too long to believe that we have to give our money to an institution that has a building, not realizing that institution and that building is truly a concept that you can learn, you can use, and you can be. You can be the bank. I'm going to say that again. You can be the bank. So it's time, y'all. I want you to understand that you are able to now not only just this IBC policy does not only just serve as a secure assets for you. It doesn't only just serve for just an asset for you to own. It really kind of puts you into that place where while you are alive, you can use it. But it also becomes a legacy you pass on to your family when you're gone. So we teach you how this infinite banking concept, IBC, can be used and build out a cash value, as in the policy, not only just used as a secure assets while you're alive, but we're going to show you how you can use it for both. We're going to show you how you can use it for both, y'all. I pray that you listen. I pray that you connect with me. I pray that you connect with one of the corepreneurs to help you on this journey to understand this concept. So I'm going to give you 10 reasons. I'm going to really tell you 10 things how the infinite banking concept can protect your family. Really and truly, I'm going to share 10 of them on how the infinite banking concept can protect your family. So I want you to write these down. And again, we don't sell a product. We sell a what? Concept. I don't sell. I share. I educate. I teach you. I lead you to the information for you to make a solid, wise decision. Just like I was telling a gentleman, he was just going back and forth. Still, it bothers me because people sometimes are lazy. They want to change, and they're so smart, but they're so I ain't going to use the word I really want to say. They're so smart, but then they begin to not utilize their smart to make wise decision. They talk themselves out of their own blessings. Oh, so I think that I can't do something like that. So I said to the person, listen, well, if you don't control your own bank or control your own money, somebody else is controlling it. So even if you don't become your own bank, you're going to literally give this money anyway to a traditional bank where they are controlling it. Instead, I am on the other end. I still have a traditional bank, but guess what? I still have control in my privatized bank. I have now access to the same concept this traditional bank, Navy Federal, is using, Fifth Third is using on my money. I have full access. I have borrowed some money from somebody. I'm going to tell you the amount, $1,300. And I looked up the interest that it accumulated in their Bank of America account in 8 months. Do you know how much interest was that? If he had put it in a privatized banking, I would tell you how much he would have made in about a year. But I'll tell you right now what the traditional bank gave him. They gave him 0.0%. So basically on the $1,300, he made 9 cents in 8 months. I'm going to say it again. On $1,300, he made 9 cents in interest. See, I'm a banker now, so I believe in paying people their interest. If I borrow from you, promise you, I ain't going to pay you the interest that I borrowed the money from. I mean, which is I borrowed from my policy to pay you. But my interest is it was 3.75% guaranteed, and it really pays can be with my dividend can be go up to 8 to 10% in interest, while you're making 0.01% on your money. Make that make sense. Traditionally, they're not gonna ever pay you a full 2 or 3% on your money that's sitting in their bank. Why? Because they're doing what we're doing, moving money and making our money. We're not interrupting our money because our money is growing. So they interrupt your money, which don't need to grow because they're going to only give you 0.01% on your money anyway. So they're going to interrupt your money and put it on the market to make money for them. Put back your money, take the interest that they made off of your money, and and build out their privatized banking with. Interrupted money. Your money's always interrupted, so it won't grow. Uninterrupted money, if it's not interrupted, it will continue to grow. Whew, y'all, listen. I get excited about this because it's time for us to be in the know. Don't keep me a secret. You may not want control of your money, but guess what? You may know 5 people in your family, friends, family, colleagues, that wants control. You may want to stay working from paycheck to paycheck. You may want to still slave for the dollar. But I know you know 5 other people that say, you know what? My mind, they may pick it up faster than I do. No worries. I told the person I'll be here 10 years from now because I've made this my mission. I've made Infinite Banking Concept my mission to share with you, to the point that I'm going all the way down to the point to really become a practitioner of this concept. The more knowledge I know, the more knowledge I can teach. And I'm learning from the best, Tony Chambly, Latoya Chambly, the Corepreneurs, the Nelson Nash Institution. I read books like Becoming Your Own Banker, Unlock the Infinite Banking Concept by the best-selling author R. Nelson Nash. I read books like How Privatized Banking Really Works. I read books like Building Your Warehouse of Wealth. I read books as The Case for IBC. I read books like The Case Against the Feds. I read books like The Secret of the Federal Reserves. I'm reading books to get my knowledge up so I can share those knowledge with you. What are you reading to shift your mind from all that they're telling you? You see how they distract you? My God, now I'm talking, y'all. You see how they distract you with these media telling you what's happening, and then the false evidence appearing to be real comes into play. Fear. And your mind is off how you going to create wealth and just on the survival mode, while the rich is focused on always staying rich, while the middle class and those who are not as fortunate is just so distracted on, do you know what he's doing? Do you know what they're saying? They so distracted because that's what they want. They want you to stay distracted so you don't get the truth about money. Because if you ever wake up, you now know their secret to creating wealth. I'm going to scream in your ears right now. Wake up. Wake up. This is not hidden from you. I gave you all the books. I just listed all the books that you can read about it. Now go to YouTube, my YouTube channel. You will see Nelson Nash's story, his documentary that talks about his life. He's the one that created the Infinite Banking Concept. So I'm going to talk about 10 reasons how I believe Infinite Banking Concept can protect your family. First, the first thing, financial continuity. It continues. IBC creates a self-sustaining pool of funds. It continues to stay sustainable. It creates a self-sustaining self-sustaining pool of funds that your family can rely on during emergency or emergencies or unexpected expenses. It continues to grow. It's sustainable. That's the first thing. Financial stability. Second, tax advantage growth. Remember this, that when you have an infinite banking, when you have someone that's set up for you a specialized, designed whole life insurance policy, that policy operates for you as a tax advantage. The cash value in that whole life insurance policy will grow tax deferred. This will ensure that more of your money works for you. Do you hear me saying that? Like, the rich knows how to get beyond these. Remember, the government created certain things in place to keep us in poverty, to keep us coming back to them, to keep us wanting to beg for more, wanted to not live off of them in a sense, while they live off of us, while they use our money to stay rich. But the wealthy of America, the wealthy of the world, figure something out. How can we get beyond these tax fees? Remember, what we're talking about, life insurance, that was established before taxes. It came about before tax. Life insurance has been around before tax. When they peeped what was going on, they was like, we got to put something in place because we need a piece of this pie too. They always need a piece of the pie, y'all. April 15 is when they get their big piece. Tax season is around the corner. It's now. But if you have a policy that is that's set up, the cash value in your whole life insurance policy grows tax deferred, ensuring that more of your money works for you. So my suggestion to all y'all tax people that's getting y'all tax return, put it into a policy. Don't decide I'm going to drop this $20,000, this $10,000, this $5,000 and pay a bill with it. No. Call me, set up an appointment, and I'm going to show you how you can move that money. Don't get it. You can interrupt. You can borrow from it. Your money's still sitting there growing, tax-freed, and you can pay your bill from it. I'm going to show you that. So the first thing is that financial stability, that it creates a self-sustaining pool of funds that your family can rely on during emergencies and unexpected expenses. The second, again, we're talking about the infinite banking concept, protecting your family, utilizing this concept. Second is tax advantage growth. Third is guaranteed death benefits. You're taking that same money that you put in that traditional account, saving, and you're not only getting a savings account over here, you're getting dividends over here, and you're getting a guaranteed death benefit. In the event that you have passed on, guess what? Because you have this policy set up, a guaranteed death benefit is available to help cover final expenses, outstanding debts, and take care of your family's future, immediate needs that will arise after you're gone. So third is guaranteed death benefit. Fourth is educational funding. The accumulated cash value that will accumulate in your account, y'all. This cash value can be used to finance your children's education, ensuring they have the resources to pursue their dreams. You may have a child that may not want to go to college, and they want to use that fund to open up a business. Guess what? It's there. It's not restricted to only use for college. They may not want to open a business. They may want to just buy their first car. They have access to that fund to do that as well. They may say, you know what, Mommy, I want to get married, or I want to put that money down on the down payment on my first home. They're not limited to just use it for education. They have that fund accessible to use it to pursue their dreams. Fifth, financially, financially, it's really a flexibility. It's to give that flexibility for you. You can borrow against your policy, and you can just set up your payment plan with however you feel fit. You want to borrow from your policy and go on vacation, and you borrowed and you went on vacation, came back. A year from now, you say, you know what? All I'm gonna do is just pay the interest on this. The interest may be like $40 a month. You just pay the interest, and you say, you know what? Next year I'm gonna use some money that I got and pay back what I borrow. All I say to you, be an honest banker. Pay yourself back, but pay yourself with more interest. Don't just pay yourself that 4% interest. I would say, you know what? Pay yourself 12. Because if you had borrowed from the bank, you would have been paying 12, 15, 18, 30%. Be an honest banker and pay yourself back more. So, and it's flexible. You can pay back whenever you choose. You can miss a payment if you want. It's your money. Just be an honest banker. So I'm talking about, again, we're going over the fact that we protect our family while we're alive. But what are we doing to protect our family when we transition? What are we leaving for our family when we are gone? Are we thinking about our family not just when we're here, not only when we're alive? Are we thinking about our family? If God should take me home today, because we know death can knock at your door at any time, right? When that happens, can you now rest in your grave knowing that my family is taken care of? If you cannot, I'm going to say shame on you. But I'm also going to say wake up. And I'm also going to say I'm glad that you woke now. And I'm also going to tell you congratulations. You have met Melissa Lambert and Tony Chambly. That's going to give you the guidance and the help that you need to show you how you can prepare not only for today, but also for tomorrow. So I'm sharing 10 different ways on how the infinite banking concept can protect your family. First, financial situation, stability, sustaining that pool of of cash. 2, tax advantage growth. 3, guaranteed death benefits. 4, educational funding. 5, we talked about a few seconds ago, financial flexibility. 6, legacy building. Why not? Infinite banking concept enables you to build and transfer wealth across generations, leaving a lasting financial legacy. I had the honor and the privilege to sit in front of 3 amazing people. 3 amazing people that are connected to the legend, the great R. Nelson Nash, who's late, but he left a legacy that now just not only lived on just by his children, but lived on through his friends, lived on to his son-in-law, and even through his granddaughter. I was able to meet, Mr. Carlos Lara. I was able to meet Mr. David Stearns. I was able to meet Mr. R. Nelson Nash granddaughter, Leah. And I was just so amazed by these 3 people that, one, I'm reading Mr. Lara's book. 2, I've watched, David on the documentary, and I'm able to see his face. And 3, I read about David's first daughter in the Becoming Your Own Banker book, where when Nelson Nash really prayed to God, was on his knees praying to God to give him a way to get out of this debt that he was in, right? They had owed over $500,000 due to the fact that, his first granddaughter had cancer at 6 weeks old. So I was able to not meet the daughter that had cancer, but her sister, her younger sister that was on the line. And I mean, when I saw and I heard these people talking, and to see how this man, the great R. Nelson Nash, is no longer with us, but his legacy was on the phone with me. His legacy not only lived on through his friend, Mr. Lara, Mr. L. Carlos Lara. I mean, but y'all, I butcher names, but this man is truly amazing. And to see his son-in-law, David, on, remind you, I heard the story how when Nelson Nash met David at the airport, one of the first things he did was sign his first life insurance policy. And I was able to see that person that Nelson Nash was talking about in front of me, to see his granddaughter take on the legacy. That's what the power of what we have in our hands. Legacy building. And the founder of Infinite Banking Concept, his families live in that legacy today. So to the point where they have created an institution that help practitioners like myself be licensed to talk to you about this concept. His legacy not only lives on in a book, it lives on in a school, it lives on in the community, the Infinite Banking community. It lives on. And I'm able to stand and be in front of you, and you hear my voice talking about this passionately because of one man's legacy. So what legacy will you leave? Will your name be remembered? Will they still be reading about you, talking about you? Will your grandkids be saying, because of my grandmother, because of my grandfather, I can say I have this? Will your great-great-grandkids be looking at your picture and say, that's my great-great-grandmother who gave me, passed on the family bank, the infinite banking concept, and have me have my own privatized bank, and that's what I'm living out of. And I'm teaching my kids them how to also have their own privatized bank. Will you have a legacy? I pray that you do. And if you don't have a plan to do that, that's where I come in to show you the infinite banking concept to help you build that legacy. The seventh reason why I believe that infinite banking can help protect your family is 7, inflation protection. The policy structure often includes elements that help you from ever going through the effect of inflation over time. Somebody asked us in a meeting yesterday, he said, will this be like Wall Street? Will it affect my money? No, we're protected from that. It's not going to affect your money. It's not going to go up and down and loss, opportunity cost. No, it's not. That this infinite banking concept protects you from that. 8, control over your finance. You become your own lender. What does the Bible talks about? I am the head and not the tail. I am above and not beneath. I am a what? Lender and not a borrower. I am a winner. I am more than a conqueror. And I even love on page 11, R. Nelson Nash wrote one of my favorite scripture, Jeremiah 29:11. For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future. That's the plan, y'all. And one of the plan is control. When you control, if you control nothing, you give away your rights. When you control something, you control everything. Control the money you work hard for. Reduce the reliance on traditional banks and interest-based loans. Reduce that. And let's be the lender. Let's control your finance. And that's what I'm going to teach you, how to control your finance. Reduce the reliance on traditional banks. I just told you I borrowed $1,300, and in 8 months, that $1,300 through Bank of America would only give you 9% interest. That's all you made. But guess what? They put that $1,300 in the market. That $1,300 in 8 months may have well over made them $400, $300. It may have made them even more. It may have even doubled. Okay? But guess what they gave you from the money that they made of your money? 9 cents. I don't mean to laugh because it ain't funny. But I need y'all to wake up. The secret is out. Again, you are tuned into Woman Emerge with Melissa Lambert. It is always an honor and a privilege to come before you another Thursday to wake you up, to share the light on the truth about money, to talk about the infinite banking concept, to thank my mentor, my leader, Mr. Tony Chambly and Latoya Chambly, and the corepreneurs for really being in these streets, sharing this information and not keeping it a secret from you. I'm going to share this thing about, I'm talking about a lot of stuff today, but it's all about infinite banking. And I'm trying to, kind of find this. Here is it. The book is right here. I was reading this book this weekend, Money, Wealth, Life Insurance, How the Wealthy Use Life Insurance as a Tax-Free Personal Bank to Supercharge Their Savings. That's by Jake Thompson. And one of the things that in the back of the book, if you turn the back of the book, this is what he says. I need y'all to hear. America's elite. Are you one of the Americans' elite? America's elite have been using cash value life insurance to stockpile wealth for centuries. Did you hear that? I'm going to say that again. America's elite, the rich, the wealthy, have been using cash value life insurance to stockpile wealth for centuries. Used correctly, it is better described as a personal bank on steroids. Y'all hear that? Used correctly, it is better described as a personal bank on steroids and a financial bunker for tough times. I want y'all to get that. And one of the things that he put down in the third paragraph, it says, this book details a highly efficient form of cash value life insurance designed to supercharge your savings and stockpile wealth. A product, y'all listen to this, a product so powerful, it's responsible for the success. Did you hear the word success? The success of Walt Disney, J.C. Penney, Ray Kroc, and thousands of others. I had to read that to y'all because when I tell you, I sat home because I was sick, y'all. I sat home and began to read and read and read, and this book just was like, it's all highlighted. I mean, it's amazing. And then it was so crazy. Like when you read and see how around the Great Depression, in 1929, the stock market suffered severe loss. But guess what? Over the next several years, the market would have difficulty recovering, right? But guess what they used in that time? They used life insurance, y'all. Life insurance company remain untouched, unscratched in those tough times. In fact, it was such a financially stable place, life insurance, that while many people lost everything through the Great Depression, those who owned life insurance were paid profit in every single year of the Great Depression. The Great Depression, y'all. So y'all can tell, right? Life insurance has been around for centuries. Been around for what? Centuries. And if you don't believe it, look, I want y'all to look up Bowley and Coley. We're not talking something that's not happening. The banks are using it. It's called bank-owned life insurance. Bowley. The corporate companies are using it. It's called Coley, corporate-owned life insurance. If they can use it, why can't you? And they even talked about in the 1891, the first 555 students enrolled in Stanford University. But I want y'all to hear this. Leland, which is a person that gave some money, died in 1893. Came financially struggled. She was struggling, right? But this is one thing that Jane Sanford did, which is, again, this is the owner of Stanford University, right? Jane, the wife, when her husband passed on, she used the life insurance policy of her husband to help fund operations and pay for the facilities, pay for things that was necessary to help keep Stanford University afloat. Listen, y'all, if they can do it then and they're doing it now, why aren't you doing it? So let's go back again. Like, y'all, I get so excited about this. So we finalized on number 8 was control over your finance. The 9th reason why I believe that infinite banking concept can protect your family is protects from creditors. They come after us. It does offer protection from creditors, preserving the assets for your family. That part. You want to do that. You want to preserve the assets of your family. And last, the 10th one is my favorite, peace of mind. Infinite banking concept ensures that even after you are gone from this earth, your family's financial needs are met, providing security and stability during uncertain times. If you are a husband under the sound of my voice that always want to protect your family when you are alive, if you don't think about your family when you transition, shame on you. So that means you only feel you're only good for when they are alive, not realizing your kids them need to grow. They need to go from middle school to high school to college to, their career to their marriage. Now, your grandkids going to come out of them too. What about making sure 30 years from now they're good? That's your legacy. Let that live on. Let that sink in. Don't think, by that time she's going to be remarried. So what? Are you thinking about your wife? Or you think about the kids' legacy that they're going to remember their daddy for. We have to wake up. Mothers, single mothers, what are you doing to secure that if you leave this earth 10 years from now, 20 years from now, 30, 40, 50 years, your kids them are set for life? Wake up, mothers. Even for a child, you can put a $25,000 policy. Pay the minimum, what? It depends on their age. It can range. Maybe the most $30. You can afford $30. Why? Because guess what? Throughout the 30 days or 31 days of the month, you're spending $30 or more on something. Redirect your money and pay it and show them how this money can benefit them over time. I truly believe we have a lot to do. So how can Lambert Legacy Financial help? Lambert Legacy Financial, powered by Core Financial Partners, we are dedicated to guiding you through the process of implementing the infinite banking concept into your financial plan, into your family, teaching you what needs to happen. We are experts at this. I have an amazing mentor, Tony Chambly and Latoya Chambly, who helps and will help you design and strategize what is necessary, what is needed to help protect your family here, now, and later when you transition. You're going to get a personalized consultation, detailed planning session, and ongoing support to ensure that your legacy is protected no matter what the future may hold for you. So I believe it's not about just telling you this information. I'm going to recommend some books. You heard me say them, a couple of them off on top of my head. I'm going to recommend the first book, Becoming Your Own Banker by R. Nelson Nash. This is a classic book, y'all. It teaches you the fundamental principle of infinite banking concept and explain how you can turn your life insurance policy into a personal banking system. That's the first place to start. Becoming Your Own Banker by R. Nelson Nash. And the second one I'm going to just literally have you really pick up is how privatized banking really works. How privatized banking really works. This book is by R. L. Carlos Lara and Robert P. Murphy. These two amazing guys are just outstanding. Although more technical information is in this book, this book truly offers insight into the understanding of personalized banking and the benefit of using alternative financial strategies like infinite banking concept to protect your family. I truly believe you have everything that you need, especially working with Lambert Legacy Financial. So don't leave your family future to chance. Don't do that. And I will say this statement because your labor will be in vain. What you talk about, I'm protecting my family, I love my family, I want to be here for my family, I'm here for my family, all that will be in vain when you leave them with nothing. And now while you're sleeping in the grave, your family is struggling to make ends meet. Don't leave your family future to chance. Learn how the infinite banking concept can provide stability, growth, and peace of mind, both while you are really here on this earth and long after you're gone. So visit LambertLegacyFinancial.com, LambertLegacyFinancial.com to schedule a consultation and start planning your legacy today. If you heard, if a corepreneur shared this podcast with you, don't go to LambertLegacyFinancial.com. Go back to that corepreneur. They're going to be giving you their specific link and their connection to connect with them so they can walk you through. Because we are a team, one dream. We are beaten by the same drum. The drum is not keeping this information a secret from you. So I don't compete against the preneurs. I complete. We're on a completed mission to get this information into as many people's ears and hands and family as we can. So if you don't have a co-preneur and you're hearing this information, I'm here to help you. Myself and Tony Chambly. Tony Chambly is the CEO and the visionary and the president of Core Financial Partner, and he is my mentor, my partner. And I am excited that we can come together to help you. So go to LambertLegacyFinancial.com to schedule a consultation and start your planning of your family legacy today. I truly believe by integrating infinite banking concept into your financial strategy, you're not just preparing for the unforeseen. Y'all hear me? You're not just preparing for the unforeseen. You're actually creating a lasting impact that will protect and empower your loved ones for generations to come. I want Chelsea to remember my name. I want her children to know my name. I want her children's children to remember my name. I want my name, Melissa Lambert, to be like the Rockefellers, that is continued to flow for generations to generations to generation. That's what you should have and have hope for. Do the waterfall effect in your family. I'm so thankful for the Chambleys who have taught me this process, that I too can see the waterfalls in my family and be able to protect my family for generations to come. My aim, My goal, my determination is to help you on this journey. What is my mission? My mission is not to keep this a secret. My mission is to share this. So if that's my mission, I'm going to ask you to join me on this mission. Even if you can't understand this, read about it. Keep on listening. Make some time to speak with me. Be patient with yourself. We've been indoctrinated for life for a long time, and they still telling us the same thing. Put our money. The check is written in our name. Sign the check over to them, which is the traditional bank, and ask permission to get our money back out. Because every day has a limit that you can pull out. How make that make sense? You write the check. A person write a check in your name. You sign the check off to an institution that is going to tell you have a limit every day. And if you do need to up your limit, you got to ask permission. Make that make sense. I'm going to say this again. Wake up. When you know better, you can do better. Starting now. So it's an honor. It's a pleasure to serve you truly on purpose. Don't forget that, I do have my book coming out of my financial Egypt, now living in abundance. You can go to Melissa, MELLISA books.com, MELLISA books.com. This book is for anyone ready to break free from financial bondage and step into God's plan for wealth and stewardship. It does provide practical tools, biblical principles, and a faith-filled approach to managing your finance, creating generational wealth, and experiencing the overflow. Let's flow, guys. Let's flow in the overflow. So don't forget to follow me on Facebook at Women Emerge with Melissa Women Emerge Network and Women Emerge Wellness. You can also follow me at Melissa, MELLISA S Lambert. And don't forget, we're about to do this 21-day wealth challenge. This 21-day wealth challenge is going to give you some wealth building tips, an action daily affirmation guidance to how to read and use the Becoming Your Own Banker book. That's going to be one of our books in the challenge, as well as Coming Out of My Financial Egypt, Now Living in Your Abundance. That will be in the actual challenge. We're going to do the challenge right on Facebook on their Lambert Legacy Financial. So go and like the page, because that's where we're going to start the challenge. We're going to do a 21-day wealth challenge. Yes and yes. That is going to be powerful. So I can't wait to help you on this journey. You're going to learn how to become your own bank, applying the infinite banking concept, and step into your financial abundance. So don't forget to tune in each and every Wednesday at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, every Thursday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can always go to womanemergeradio.com, and tune in. Yes, and tune in. Don't forget to follow me on all top podcasts, all 13 top podcasts at Women Emerge with Melissa, MELLISA Lambert. I know that you're going to find this helpful. Do me a favor. Don't keep me a secret. Share this with people you like, love, and trust. Even your worst enemy, they need to hear this, because they too need to live in the abundance. Don't forget, subscribe so you can hear the notification when I'm on, or when the information has dropped on the podcast. All right, so until next time, y'all, I'm so excited. I'm so proud of you. Thank you for protecting your family, not only while you're alive, but when you transition, you want to make sure your legacy lives on for generations to come. So continue to be open to learn and to change, and to step out of the system of tradition to a system that you control. Control your finance, and don't let it control you. You work too hard for someone to continue to control what you work so hard for. So until next time, take care, take charge, and continue to be great. Bye for now.
Thank you for listening to Women Emerge with Melissa Lambert, where Melissa speaks with leaders, experts, and motivators who share their journeys and their stories through personal and professional growth, knowledgeable tips, and lessons learned that will empower you to grow. Follow Melissa and Women Emerge Network on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok at MELLISASLAMBERT and at Women Emerge Network. And visit www.womenemergenetwork.com. Remember, when you know better, you can do better, especially when God is for you.